Maximizing engine life. So the other piece that we talk about is, how long between equipment overhauls or engine overhauls can you get? And so that's one of the things back as long as, in the 1980s, Chevron was one of the first companies to get to 1 million miles, or 1.7 million kilometers between engine overhauls. We just recently, as you saw in the video, tore down an engine that's gone 1.5 million miles, which if you do, you calculate in the kilometers, it's what we're talking about over 2 million kilometers between engine overhauls. That's a long period of time. So if you can get a piece of equipment to last that long, you have lower maintenance, you have less costs in terms of, because a teardown, what is that, if you got to do an engine overhaul, what does that run you? I know in the U.S. it runs 30 to 40,000 U.S. dollars. So if you turn that into rand, you're talking about a significant amount of money. Plus, think about all the time that truck is either off the road or that equipment's off the road, or the other alternatives, you get to go buy another piece of equipment. So when we talk about engine life, that's really what we're talking about. We're talking about keeping that on the road a lot longer, hopefully having lower maintenance costs and things like that also as you operate. And at the end of the day, it's all about minimizing your operating costs. So we understand that price is a big thing on terms of any kind of commodity that you buy, engine lubricants, things like that. But there's also a way for us to talk through, what is the overall cost to your operation? If you use a lower quality engine oil, or you use lower quality coolants or lower quality other things like gear oils, greases, what does that cost you when you got to bring that equipment in? And so we kind of are able to kind of monetize that for you when we look at those things. We have some value models that say, what does it cost you to operate? How much do you lose on a load or a revenue from your guys' perspective? What does it cost you for maintenance? What does it cost you for labor? What does it cost you for lubricants? We can put that all together and showcase some of the savings by going to a better quality oil across the whole vehicle. It's not just engine oil. We look at coolants, we look at greases, we look at gear oils, because all those things have impacts to what you do. So let me give you a perfect example, is if you decided, hey, I run a trucking operation or I run an agricultural tractor and I want to get some extended drains. I want to take, let's say I'm doing 25,000 kilometer drains and I want to go to 40,000 kilometer drains, right? Well, that's great on the engine oil, right? So you can use a premium engine oil, get yourself out to that, use some used oil analysis, make sure you're extending your drains appropriately. But if you're using inferior coolants, if you're using inferior gear oils or greases, what you're going to find is you're going to put added stress on those other components, and those may end up actually breaking on you or causing problems, and you're not going to get the full benefit of that extended drain program. So that's why we kind of look at it from a whole perspective when we sit down and try to talk with you and talk about your operation.